Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new episode of Amplify, where we talk to movers and shakers, people moving the needle and making a true impact in the mortgage industry. And I am so excited about our next guest. We are in person. We're here in Michigan. We're at the Uptown Grill in Commerce, Michigan. And I'm here with a sales aficionado, a business development expert, and more than all of that, her wealth of mortgage experience, and she's a dear friend. Kathy, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Michael. It's such a pleasure to have you and have me on here. And it's so great to be in the Michigan contingent part of the world where we get together once in a while. Usually it's at trade shows.
It is, and I was just going to say that we normally catch each other at the airport.
Yeah.
We're at a trade show. We're in another city, but it is great to get together here in Michigan.
Yeah, thanks.
A little bit of rain outside, but that's all right. We're together. So, Kathy, you have a wealth of knowledge and expertise. Let's just both say we both have decades in the industry, and we'll leave it at that. But you've been sales, business development, you grow companies, you grow their logos. Tell me, how has sales changed over the years?
Yeah, absolutely. And it has been a long time. And I have to just shout out to Denise Carney for just 1 minute because she has seen, like I have, the many, many changes. And it's not just the DNA of walking into an organization. It's really how that sales process has morphed into what it is today. I see not just, to me, it's the trifecta. It is business development, it is sales, it is mostly you need to be glued to the hip with marketing. If you want to make it a successful adventure in your organization, you've got to have those three connected for sure.
I'm so glad you mentioned that. I was talking to an executive the other day, and they're trying to build out their sales team, and I was asking about their marketing, and they haven't really done much. Unless you can really sync those up, you're going to struggle because you could have great salespeople, but you're always going to be capped by how much they can do and how many people they can get in front of. You could have great marketing if you don't have somebody who can then further the discussion, share the knowledge. Let's talk about one of the other areas that I love talking about in sales, and I know you're an expert in this, is so many people today, in my opinion, in sales, especially in the mortgage industry, struggle with effective discovery. Talk to me how important discovery is.
Oh my gosh, 100%. And people think that it's throwing spaghetti at the wall, and it really isn't. There is, over the course of the years that we've been in this industry, there is a method to the madness, right? So you really do have to do your research on that client, do your research on the target market, on the product, how's that going to affect the industry, and start really building those relationships within that and building a profile on not just the client, not their internal people, but um, the entire scene, if you will, the DNA of the entire experience to be successful.
Well, and uncovering that comes with asking good questions, and that's where the knowledge and expertise in the industry is so critical. And I think one of the unique things you bring to the table is not only do you know the mortgage process and know that exceptionally well, but you have such a strong technical background. Talk to me about how that enhances discovery and helps you uncover really the pain points that people have and then matching up the solutions for that.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up for sure. Because if you've been in the industry as long as we have, you've seen the numerous changes in the technology field, right? And now we're at the threshold of AI that's really taking root. And back then it was, this is still, download the blog disk to get your updates. I don't mean to date myself badly, but and so there's been a wealth of things that have happened. So I think the combination of the technology that we've seen over the years,
Yep.
it actually grows the methodology of how complex you have to be and how consultative you have to be when you go into an institution. It's not just, okay, sell this one trick product
Right.
because you don't know what they're going to really need, and it's not solving their need. It's not solving that pain point, and it's so critical to get that, or they're gonna struggle. I mean, right?
Exactly. And I couldn't agree with you more. And we won't date ourselves, but I'll share one example. When I got in, the first tech company I worked with in the industry only allowed executives internet access.
Yes.
People are like, what? No, I wasn't around. Thomas Edison was. But think about it, and the reason I mention that is I think there's a lot of parallels to what took place when the internet was starting to become prevalent in the workforce,
Sure.
right? We had a lot of concerns. Yes, there's the cost concerns of bandwidth back at the time, and there's cost concerns with all these cool AI tools. But what was really going on was fear. If we give our employees access, they're just going to screw around all day and they're going to watch movies and they're going to do stuff and they'll never get work done. And
Yeah.
this is going to happen. We're going to have more risk and we're going to have more exposure. All of those things have an element of truth.
Yes.
They just have to be managed. And that same thing's happening with AI.
Absolutely, absolutely. And different companies are going to use it in different ways. And so, and the only way you're going to figure out what that is that's best for you is, I'm going to pound on this, but it really is get the three together for business development, sales, and marketing. So clearly then you will see what has to be done within your organization to make that successful. You're not going to use it 100%. You may not use it 50%, but there's going to be a happy medium where it's going to be the best for you.
Kathy, you have a wealth of knowledge and expertise. You and I could talk for hours. We probably will once this video goes off. But for people, if you're looking for sales and expertise, you just want to talk to Kathy and further these discussions and see how this trifecta is impacting companies, DM her on LinkedIn, get a hold of her. She has so many other knowledgeable things to share with you. Kathy, thank you so much for joining me on Amplify today.
Thank you so much. Have a great day, everybody.